and it was all playing out in real time, and they were still presumed alive. Certainly the early part of the coverage, they were presumed alive, and there was a particular point where they thought there's a good chance they're not with us anymore. But we as a people, as a species, watched this unfold in real time, and it was terrifying to think that they may be alive now, but they may not be any second now. So yeah, it presents an opportunity for the world to really, and for thousands of people actually in many different nations, to come together and put their minds together and put their divisions aside and their egos aside. I'm not saying there wasn't arguments and miscommunications during the mission, of course there was, but essentially everyone just said, okay, what needs to happen here? How do we get them out? How do we get them out safe? And it was an incredibly dramatic and incredibly terrifying and bold thing that they did, but luckily enough the whole team got out alive anyway, you know.
What do you think Ron and Brian do differently than any other tandem in Hollywood to make these kind of films? They're all home runs.
Do you know what, Ron just, I can just speak about Ron. Ron's just a really good, strong, decent, thoughtful, compassionate human being. He really is. Like, any time he talks about, and he wouldn't be waxing lyrical about the virtues I've just said he holds, but any time it's not subterfuge. If Ron is expressing care about something, it's very, very sincere. It's very considered. And I think he, from, was it Rebuilding Paradise, the documentary that he made? What's the name of the documentary Ron made? Was it Rebuilding Paradise or just Paradise? Anyway, it was Paradise, the town that was destroyed in one of the fires a while back. And because he's a human being. He knows how lucky he is. He knows how fortunate and blessed his life has been, and he knows it's not the same for other people, and he's just interested in human beings and what makes us tick and why we come together and how we can come together and how we can be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And it is always when we're considering what the best thing is for the person on the left of us and the person on the right of us is, instead of just what suits me, what's good for me, what's good for me.
Thank you for